Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 3 meals that you can make from just 1 pack of mince. One of the ways I keep my food budget low is by utilising reduced items if I come across them. So if I have my meal plan and I come across a reduced item and I can't switch something out or something like that and I have room still in my budget, I will still buy that reduced item as long as I know it's something I can use, and then what I will do is turn it into meals for the freezer. So that's what I'm doing today. I came across a pack of mince. This is beef and pork mince. It was £2.20. It's 750 grams. So I'm going to be making 3 meals out of this for our family of 4. I'm going to make some burgers, I'm going to make a Bolognese, and I'm also going to make a Fajita type burrito filling. By bulking out meals like this, you can make the meat, which is usually the most expensive part of the meal, stretch that bit further. So that's how I'm going to be able to make 3 meals for 4 of us out of this 1 pack of mince. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is just fry off sort of 2/3 of this mince. It is rough, it's not exact. I'm not using any additional fat in here because there is quite a lot of fat already in the mince. So I'm just going to let that cook down. So that's around about 500 grams in there. So while that is frying off, I'm just going to add the rest of the mince into a bowl. I'm going to keep these quite plain. I'm just going to do a bit of black pepper and some salt. And then apart from that, I'm just going to use an egg and the breadcrumbs. I'm going to mush this all up, and then I'm going to add, not all of these breadcrumbs, about half of them. 100 grams or so, about half the quantity of breadcrumbs that there is mince. I'm going to add an egg to this. I might add a few more breadcrumbs, but we'll see how it goes. Add some more breadcrumbs. Then I'm just going to form the burgers, and I'm going to make 4 from this. I'm going to form the burgers and I'm going to put some cheese inside. These are quite decent sizes, like there. That's a good burger. I'm going to put a few bits of cheese in. I might put another one in actually. So that is a really decent sized burger, and like I say, I'm going to do 4 of those, and that's with cheese in it. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just taken half of the mince out. That is for my fajita slash burrito slash taco thing. And I have half the mince left in this pan. So this is about 250 grams of mince in here. And I'm going to make the bolognese in here, and then I'm going to bulk this out with lentils. So I'm going to make sure that I rinse the lentils well. I'm using red lentils. And I'm going to do about a cup of lentils. Okay, just rinsed off my lentils. So on a low heat, I'm just going to add a cube of garlic, it's frozen garlic. And then I've got 2 small onions, and I'm just going to cook that for a short while over a low heat, just to let the garlic defrost, and the onion to soften. I'm then going to add a stock cube to this. I'm just adding a beef stock cube, and then just a few mixed herbs as well. I'm then just going to add some passata and a tin of some tomatoes. I'm just going to mix that all together a bit, and then I'm going to add the lentils. And mix that through. So I'm using red lentils, and red lentils will sort of almost disappear into the dish. If you use other kinds of lentils or beans or something like that, you can still be left with kind of the texture of them as well. But we just prefer it to kind of disappear. I'm just going to let that come up to the boil, and then I'm going to simmer it for about 10 to 15 minutes. And while that's doing that, I'm going to chop some onions and some peppers. So this has made an absolutely huge amount. I'm going to switch this off and let it cool slightly, and then I'm going to transfer it into a different bowl and pop it in the fridge so it can completely cool before I bag it up. So in here I have a large onion and about 3 peppers that I had languishing at the bottom of the fridge. You could use frozen peppers as well. And then I'm going to add the beef from earlier, and then I'm using a Mexican seasoning, and I'm just going to put in a decent amount of that, so a couple of tablespoons really, and then give it a really good mix around. You could cook the onions and the peppers through first if you wanted to as well, but I'm just going to do it like this. If I wasn't using the seasoning mix, I would use a little bit of mixed herbs, and then I would do some paprika and some chili powder and some cumin, and just mix those all through together. So this is a huge bowl here. This is loads in here. And what I'll do with this is I'll freeze it as it is. When we come to eat it, I'll either do it with wraps and some salad, or I will do it with jacket potatoes. We actually really like this on jacket potatoes, and I will just fry this for about 4 minutes, something like that, just to soften the veg up slightly. The peppers obviously will change texture due to being frozen as well. So yeah, that is absolutely loads in there. Okay, so we have 3 meals here ready for the freezer. Took me about an hour of preparation time and cooking time and things. There's longer for cooling time for this one, but it doesn't take very long to get them all done. So we have the 4 burgers, which these are a really good size for each of us. They're really kind of thick and dense, so they were bulked out with breadcrumbs. And then this one will cook down slightly with the peppers as the peppers cook down, but that is a decent meal for all 4 of us as well, and there'll probably be a bit of leftovers from that one, So Ian might get one lunch out of that one as well. Might just do the 4 of us though, but we'll see. I'm feeding 2 adults and 2 children, so the girls are not on kind of full adult size portions, but they are eating a decent amount. We're getting into teenage years now. And then we have this, the Bolognese, which has made absolutely tons. So this will do all 4 of us and definitely do at least 2 or 3 lunches for Ian as well. So yeah, this was bulked out with lentils. This one's used veg, and then there's some breadcrumbs in with the burgers. So I hope that maybe gave you some ideas on ways that you could stretch some of your meals to just help keep on top of your food budget a little bit. And also, like I say, these meals are going in the freezer. They're not on this week's meal plan. So that just gives us some extra that I'll be able to eke out of future food budgets as well. So I know that was another food related video. I know I've come out with a lot of those recently. I do have some more frugal living content coming out in the next week or 2, which is not food related. So do stick around for that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!